Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about highlighters. There are so many highlighters in the world, there's no way I could have all of them. My husband would probably kill me if I tried to. And there's just so many types, but I have found that I have amassed myself quite the collection of highlighters. So I want to go over them and show them to you and show you some of the different types. Why do we want highlighters? Well, let's just say this. You know how when a woman is pregnant and people are like, oh, you glow, you look so awesome and beautiful. Yeah, it's that glow, right? And a highlighter can give you that glow even when you don't have a reason to have the glow, like being pregnant or, you know, engaged or whatever it is that makes you all glowy. So, yeah, let's get right to it. There are two basic divisions of highlighters. One is shimmery and the other is non-shimmery. Now if you go past that, then it gets more complicated and you have creams and liquids and solids and just all kinds of different powders. There's lots of different kinds. So first thing I'm going to do is introduce you to a few of the different types I have, and then after I've introduced you, I'm going to go up close and give you swatches of how they go on and how they look. Alright, the first non-shimmery, we're going to hit the non-shimmery highlighters first. The first one is Bare Minerals Stroke of Light, and the particular color that I happen to have is Luminous 2, and they have like 3 or 4 shades of Stroke of Light. The important thing, there is a doe foot type applicator there. And it is like a creamy liquid. The important thing about highlighters is you need the highlighter to be several shades lighter than your skin. So if you get like this in one of the shades that is a match for your skin, it's not going to be an effective highlighter. It's going to look like a concealer. Alright, the other one that I have that is non-shimmery is a pencil, and this is the Chella Ivory Lace Highlighter. And it just looks like this, okay? And I bought this after I got a sample of it and loved it. This I got in one of my subscription boxes, and it has no shimmer, and of course it's like a creamy, almost solid type of applicator. You just draw it on. Okay, so that's all of the non-shimmery highlighters that I own. So we're going to move on into the shimmery type now. And first I'm going to start off with Benefit What's Up. This is a deluxe sample size, and I've actually had this for a really long time, so it lasts really well. I recommend, if you're interested in this, getting the sample size and trying it out, because it's going to last you a good long time. It goes up like a lipstick, and it's a semi-solid cream. Okay, also by Benefit is High Beam. High Beam is a creamy liquid, as you can see. It just comes on a little brush type applicator, and it has a pearly look. They do make one, I think it's called Sunbeam, that instead of being a pink tone highlighter is a more of a golden tone highlighter, but I have not tried that. I've got this little bitty Temptu SB highlighter in pink pearl, and it is a liquid. It's got a little ball in there. You shake it up. And I got this in one of my boxes also. But it's a liquid. Next is a product by the Balm. And it is the Mary-Lou Manizer. And it is a powder. And then I have the Kryolan for Glossybox highlighter in cashmere. It's a little pot, so this is like a cream, and that's how it looks. And then last but not least, I have the very, very inexpensive, affordable option, which is actually an eyeshadow by Milani. And I got this using my points with Ipsy. They had like a 3-pack, and this is one of the colors. So that just goes to show you, if you get the right color, you can actually just use eyeshadow. So yeah, that's a possibility too. And what I've learned about highlighter is, highlighter in general can be put right here under your eyebrow to lift and lighten. Some people put it above the eyebrow also to lift and lighten. You can put it right here to brighten up this area. You can put it right here to just give a nice glow. You can run it down the bridge of your nose to basically anywhere the sun would naturally hit, like the tops of your cheeks and your nose, to light that up. You could put some right here on the top of your Cupid's bow on your lips, and that gives you an illusion of fuller lips, and it just kind of lightens things up. You could put some on your chin as well, just right here in the part where the light would naturally hit, to light things up also. And some people take and just draw like flower petal type lines coming out right here, and then they have highlights right there also. So those are some of the places, and also too, you can use a highlighter as eyeshadow if it's an appropriate formula, and you can even take some and dab it on the center of your lips to just really give a like gloss shine in another dimension to your lips. Okay, so I hope I've remembered everything, and I'm not even going to get into body highlighters because they have body highlighters too, to, you know, dust on your shoulders and all that kind of stuff. But I think I've covered the face pretty well. Now I'm going to bring you guys in for some close-up shots and just basically walk you through swatching all this. Okay guys, so the first two I'm going to do is the non-shimmery ones, and the first one will be the Bare Minerals Stroke of Light, and then the Chella Ivory Lace Highlighter. That's how they look. I hope that you can see that although they are light, and although the Bare Minerals is a little shiny because of the fresh application, that they are not in fact shimmery. I'm going to take a little stippling brush and just kind of buff it a little bit. And you can see that the Chella, it blends in nicely. And the Bare Minerals is a little more liquidy, and so it blends in a little easier. Okay? I'm going to widen the Chella just a little bit so you can see it better. To me, the Chella in this ivory lace actually has a slightly pink color, while the Bare Minerals is a complete and totally non-pink shade. Now real quick, I'm going to go ahead and blend them out completely so you can kind of see what to expect when you put it on your face and you blend it out all the way. So it would just kind of disappear, just leaving a lightened look. And now we're going to go into the shimmery highlighters. First, I'm going to use the Benefit What's Up. Now this one is really easy as far as application because of the convenient lipstick tube type applicator. You can definitely see all that shimmer, and it has a golden color. Since we're using the Benefit, let's go ahead and use the High Beam right below it. Now, as you can see, the High Beam is a lot brighter, a lot lighter, and definitely a lot more pink. Although they both seem to be about the same amount of shimmer, just different shades and different application methods. Let's go ahead and blend these out to see. And this time I'm just going to use my hand. And the Benefit High Beam, being a liquid, creamy liquid, just blends beautifully, very, very easy. And the High Beam is a little more solid, and it requires just a touch more rubbing, but it does blend very nicely. Like the edges blend away really, really well. And just me personally, I prefer the What's Up to the High Beam. That's just my personal choice. We'll go ahead right below it, and I'm going to use the Kryolan, and I'm just going to get some of it and rub it right below there. And this color is just a gorgeous golden color. It's very, very pretty. It's very creamy. Okay, and just a little below that, we're going to take this Temptu and apply it. It's very pearly, it's very pink, and it's honestly, since it's pink pearl, it's got an iridescent quality to it that the other ones don't quite have. And being a liquid, it just blends away like instantaneously. It's almost like all blended away. Now I'm going to go back and just blend around the Kryolan and then blend around the Temptu, just so you can see how it blends out really nicely. So there you go, all those swatches with their shimmer. Okay, so now we're going to use the last two. We're going to use the Mary-Lou Manizer by the Balm first and draw it across, and you can see it's a golden, more gold than anything else type color. I'm going to apply the Milani next, just under it. Get a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so you can see these two. The Milani kind of has a pink tone to it, just a little bit, while the Mary-Lou Manizer is not quite pink. It's just a really champagne gold kind of color. But you could definitely use either one if you preferred a powdery type of highlighter. Maybe you have oily skin or something, so you want a powder instead of a cream or a liquid. Alright, now I'm just going to basically take my fingers, because when I use a powder type of highlighter, I either use my fingers to just kind of blend it out, or I use an angled brush like so. And you know what, I think I'll just use the angle brush. I'm just going to kind of brush over it and let you see kind of what it looks like when you've blended it out. There we go. The Mary-Lou Manizer didn't blend quite as readily, which is not necessarily a bad thing, just depends on how you look at it. And the Milani eyeshadow just blended away really easily and nicely. It didn't have as much color pigment as the Mary-Lou Manizer. So if you are new to highlighting and you're worried about looking like a disco ball, you might prefer the Milani, because the look will be more subtle and easy to fix if it turns out, you know, a way you don't like. Alright, so we've gone over all the different types of highlighters, and I'm just going to use a few of them really quick so you can just kind of see what that looks like in actual practice. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of the Mary-Lou Manizer, and I'm just going to kind of brush it lightly along my nose, and then I'm going to use my finger and blend. Now, the Mary-Lou Manizer is not one of my favorites because I feel like for me it is way too intense. Right now, see, I feel like I look oily, that I look shiny, but that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to take just a touch of the Milani. I'm going to put it right here at the Cupid's bow. Blend it out. Kind of hard to do because I have lip gloss on already. It'd be easier to put it on before you put lip gloss on. Okay, but now you can see it's just kind of lit up there a little bit. And then I'm going to use the Kryolan. I think I'm going to use it on my cheek. I'll just put it right here. And I'm just going to rub it in with my finger, because I've tried several different things with this Kryolan, and honestly just rubbing it in with my finger seems to be easiest and best for me. And so now you can see I've kind of got some shimmer and shine, but it's understated. It's not like disco ball looking. It's just kind of nice. I will say, when I started using this, several people complimented me on my skin and said, your skin looks so good. You look like you're glowing. And I guess it was the Kryolan. Alright, so then I'm going to take the high beam, and I am going to put the high beam right here on my chin. So I'm just going to brush that on a little bit. The one thing I don't like about the high beam is just because of the formula and also the applicator, I tend to always use too much, unfortunately. So I'm going to blend this in. Just stipple it, and then I'm going to brush it a little bit too with my finger. And now I have like a glow on my chin. Okay, now I'm going to use the Chella highlighter in a way that I personally would not use one of the shimmery highlighters, although there may be some people that would use it this way. It's just not the way I would use it, and that is to actually brighten and lighten an area of the face. And I would use this right here. I would just, you know, draw like this triangle, and then I will take a foundation brush and just kind of blend it. And it just kind of lightens the face a little bit. And you could blend it less to get a more pronounced lightening. And one thing about this Chella that's really neat is it's easy to put like on the inner part of your eye. It's just the design of this makes it very easy to use at the eyebrow and everything. It's just super easy to use it in that way. And because it's not shiny, if it is the appropriate color, you can also even cover acne and stuff. So it's kind of like a concealer that works as a highlighter, as long as, like I said before, it's actually lighter than the rest of your skin. Okay, so then I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Stroke of Light. And I have seen people, makeup artists, do this bit where they draw this line and then they draw a few lines like so, like football laces. And then I'm just going to blend this. And again, there's no shimmer to this. It's just a general lightening of the face, which causes that area to look like it comes out, whereas contouring with something dark causes that area to sink in. So if you contour right here, this goes in, highlight right here, this comes out, and it gives you a stronger look to your cheekbones. What have I not used? Have I not used the What's Up? I don't know. Okay, let's use What's Up right up here on the brow line. This is also easy to control and put wherever you want to put it. There. And I think the last one, the only one I haven't done, is the Temptu. This, if you do not shake it up well enough, even though it's a liquid, it's like really like an oily liquid, it separates really bad and you'll end up just getting a bunch of oily stuff out without any actual highlighter. So if you choose to use Temptu, make sure you shake it up really well. Alright, let's see. I've highlighted both sides of my face, chin. I don't know if there's anything left except for the top here. So let me get a hairpin and I guess I'll highlight my forehead, even though that's not typically something I would personally want to do because I have an oily forehead anyways, and my forehead is kind of large. But I'll get a little drop of this Temptu and just put it right here and right here. Let me get a little bit more. Alright, and then you can see it. I'm just going to kind of blend this so that there are no stark lines. So now you've seen how they kind of go on and the look that each one of them gives and the colors that they all are. Let's talk for just a minute about the pros and cons of the different ones. The Chella I already alluded to. Being a stick, it's easy to put on. It's multi-purpose. You can use it as a concealer. Being that it's in a stick like this, as long as it's not super hot outside, you can throw this baby in your purse and you'll have it just to do quick fix-ups on acne, check your dark under eye circles, whatever. This one is very convenient, but you have to make sure you get it in the color that you really need. It could be too light or too dark for your skin. Bare Mineral Stroke of Light. I love this. I loved it enough in the sample to go and pay full price and buy it. After I bought it, I found I used it less and less because I would put it on and sometimes it really just, I couldn't tell that I did anything, you know, that it made a difference. I think I needed to actually get maybe one shade lighter. It's very transparent. It's not thick. So if you're thinking of it like a concealer, this is not like a concealer. It is very not thick. As a matter of fact, I'll just put some right here and show you that yes, it can brighten up your eyes, but it is so light. It's not thick and creamy that it's not going to cover up like acne or anything. But see how it did lighten my eyes? Let me show you. I have this sunspot right here. I'll just put a touch of that on and blend. And kind of like when you get it blended to match, you can still see the sunspot. So don't get this thinking it's going to be an all-purpose corrector or concealer, because it's not. It's too light. You're going to get show through, but it's great for brightening. Love the doe foot type applicator. That makes it easy too, and you can also throw this in your bag. What's Up is probably one of my favorites because it's just so easy with this. The lipstick type tube application, you just glide it on, buff it real quick, and you're done. It's easy. And I just personally love the golden colors better than I do the pink colors, so it's one of my favorites. I've been getting a lot of mileage out of the Kryolan. The color is exceptionally beautiful, but I do find that it makes my skin, because I have oily skin, a little too dewy, it's too wet, greasy. So if you have drier skin, it might be great for you, but since I have oily skin, it's not my favorite. High Beam is probably my second least favorite. I don't know, does that work? I like it the least, except for one other product. The reason why is I don't like the pink, and I also find the applicator to put on way too much, which yes, you can sit here and brush it off and that will be fine too, but I just don't want to go through all that, and I don't like the pink color. So for me, I've had this forever, and I probably will end up throwing it away eventually instead of actually using it up. My first least favorite is the Balm's Mary-Lou Manizer. I just find this particular shade to be exceptionally shimmery, like disco ball shimmery. To me, this is just too much. It's overkill for me. It might work for some people. Just my personal tastes. It's hard to only get so much, and then you put it on and it's just like, woo, you know, wow, look at my highlighter. Whatever you put it on, it's like, there it is. And then there is the Milani, which, like I said, doesn't have a high color payoff, which actually makes it easy to blend and helps you to not goof it up. Being that I have oily skin, a powder probably should be one of my go-tos more so, but I haven't been using it very long as a highlighter. I've just been using it as eyeshadow, so I haven't really had enough time to use it a lot and just find out if I love it or not. The color is not perfect to me. It's a little bit pale, but it's pretty good. And then there's the Temptu, which, to be honest, I'm not a fan of, because you have to shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it. And again, it's that pink color. So I think I would probably use this on my shoulders or something, you know, for body shimmer in the summertime with like a sleeveless dress or something. All right, so that's it. Tell me what kind of highlighter you use that you have fallen in love with, and be sure and tell me why. So until next time, live beautifully.